Okay, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing great. Good to see all of you here. So I know what you know the routine. We'll go into the questions I always get here for the manifesting to create your reality and everything. Okay, so this is a two-part question. Mark, if the universe is infinite, why doesn't the universe help me? The second part is, what would you say is the biggest stop or block of our manifestations? I know there's all type of stuff, resistance, uh, doubt, worry, but is there something that we're missing, that I'm missing, that you could shed light on that can help me to master my mind? Right. Okay. Yes. So we'll go right into those questions. So the first one is, what is the biggest block or stop for your manifestation? Okay. Here we go. So the biggest block of all manifestations is it's not doubt, it's not worry. Those are part of it, but there's something a lot deeper than that. That the reason why I consider it the biggest block of your manifestation is because it's so subtle and it goes unnoticed or unchecked, and it leads to all the other stuff. It leads to the doubt, the worry, and all that stuff. And the biggest block is called waiting. When you are waiting for something, you're going to continue to wait. And waiting is programmed to us from when we were young, when we were kids. They always tell you, your mind says, well, you have to wait for the right time. You got to wait for the right opportunity. You got to wait for the right, whatever it is. And that's a product of our limited conscious mind. And the reason why is because our mind turns waiting into linear time, and it doesn't exist. So you cannot wait to do something, because waiting is just a state of mind. It doesn't even exist in reality. It's something we made up. But we get into the waiting state. But what happens when you get into the waiting state? You get into the ego state. When you start to wait, your ego starts to debate. When you start to wait, your ego starts to debate. Yeah, someone said I must have a lot of persistence because I've been trying to do this for the last 30 years. So I'm going to show you how to do this now, so you won't have to do this for 30 years. If you're doing this for 30 years, you're not getting results, you're definitely not doing it the correct way, because the universe is very simple. It's a harmonious flow. So let me share with you how you do this thing. Instead of waiting, you got to get out of the clock time mentality. So waiting, you want to take an action. Hold up. Not physical action. This is where people get messed up. What you want to do is, if you want something, decide with an intention. That's the mental action. That's the first action you take. So instead of waiting to live your dream, waiting to start your business, take the action to start the business. Take the action towards your goal, not physical, because you don't know what to do. You do it mental. What is the mental action? Okay, can I see in my mind what this business or what this thing I want is like right now? Okay, can I decide in my mind that's what I want right now? That's the action. When you do that, you move towards your desires. Instead of waiting, jump into expecting. It takes you into a whole other field of vibration. Gotta remember this. You are vibrational beings. You're constantly giving, receiving information in the form of electromagnetic frequency or energy. Okay? So you have to stop waiting, start expecting. Okay, Mark, so, how do I go from waiting to expecting? Again, it's a mindset. So instead of waiting and looking, just expect with open mind. Expecting is an open mind concept. When you open mind, boom, you're gonna get the thing you want. Okay? See how it works? All right. Next one, the universe. If the universe is infinite, why doesn't the universe help me? Here's what happens. This is a law you have to learn. The universe can only respond to you. You have to give the universe something to respond to. So if you're stuck and you feel you're not getting help, you have to make a decision to help yourself. The universe is really you morph as a human being, or what we call physical perceived being. Let me repeat that again because people don't understand this. The multiverse or the universe, it only responds to your vibration. It can't pick or choose for you. So because the universe is infinite, there excels, or there are these different versions or realities of you somewhere out there right in this moment of time. Now, here's what you got to do now. You have to change your mindset now and say, okay, this guy's telling me I'm the universe and I can do all this stuff. So how do I start? By giving yourself that, or telling yourself that you deserve whatever you want. It's actually your birthright. Actually, it's actually part of your abundance. You look at it. You have electrons. Okay, we are light, energy, light beings. Did you know that light cannot experience time? There's the photons are time. So photons are light. When a photon goes out, everything instantaneously is happening. The beginning and the end of the universe is there simultaneously. To the photon, you cannot experience time. Time doesn't exist with the photon. Okay? Now, in your body, you have what's called biophotons coming from your skin cells and all that stuff. That's all light. So you emulate the same thing. So if you think you don't deserve it, you think you're not worthy of it, then that should open your mind up, because you are the universe. You don't even experience time. Concept of time is linear. It's a made up. It's psychological. Time doesn't even really exist. So if you want to get the universe on your side, you have to start to see what you want on your side. Then you open up the universe. You see, most people, here's a problem with what we experience. See, most people, right? They have been conditioned to have low self-esteem by purpose. They've been conditioned to be dummied down by purpose. Because if all human beings could unlock the knowledge they have, the world will be a totally different place. It'll have less control. So you have to come into this game knowing how the game works. That you came here and you were programmed to have these lack stuff. But once you discover who you are, you can change the program. And it's about changing the program so the program can change you. Change the program change you. What's the program? Where's the program stored? All programs, when I talk about program now, I'm talking about a belief system, your feelings, all that stuff. It's stored in your subconscious mind. Do you see how that works? So once you change that program, then the reality changes around you. Now you can tap into that version you want. So most people, I tell you what, most people have low self-esteem is because the program that they got from when they were birthed were passed on. It's passed on from generations, from family. It's passed on to you. And then the issue is you couldn't help it, man, because when you got in this Matrix game, your regular mind doesn't come online until like 7 years later. So for the first 6 to 7 years, you were fed like limiting stuff. That's why people suffer from like a lot of stuff: depression, low anxieties, low self-esteem. That's why people can't go for their dreams, and because in their unconscious mind they have this program stuck that you are a victim and you have to get the right connection and everything. Now here's another important part about this stuff, right? How do you change the program? So that's the most important part about this stuff. Okay, number one, in order to change the program, you have to know that you are a program. If you can't accept or know that you've been programmed, you cannot change the program. So you have to know that you have blocks or limitations. You have to know that, damn, why do I feel so low all the time? Why can't I get what I want? That's the most important part. Okay, so let's say you come to terms and understand, like, okay, there's something blocking me. Now you can change the program. And you change the program the same way the program changed you. So when you're a little kid, how you got programmed were through what you see with your eyes the most. When you look at your mom and dad fighting about money's not good enough, when you look at your mom or whatever abuse is happening, when you go to school and the kids were teasing or bullying you, or the teacher said whatever, when you were a little kid and you watch on TV and you see something violent or something not positive, and you see your mom and your uncle and your dad or whatever talking about how tough times are and da-da-da-da, and money doesn't grow on tree and you got to work to make it hard. All those became your personality. So if you want to change the program, you have to give a new meaning to what you see. So now you have to start to use images and look for what you would like to see in your mind. It all starts with visualizing. If you could visualize and see yourself doing something, you start to change the program. If you start to use subliminals, you start to change the program. If you start to talk out loud to yourself in question form, you can change the program. Why am I so successful? Why am I so confident? What would my life look like being so confident? Why am I so successful at making money? Why do things always work out in my favor? Just like that, out loud, every time, every day, you change the program. Then if you start to go to different places to give your mind a new map of reality, if you stay in a bad part of town or you don't like where you live at, you want to be in a more aristocrat, ritzy, glamorous area, you go there all the time, you visit that places, you change the program. You do that, the program changes. When the program changes, then reality changes. Next thing people don't know, this one asked me, hey Mark, reality is created from outside, right? From what we see and experience. That's the question. The answer is no. Reality is always created from inside. There comes a cause and the effect. What you think, what you feel is the cause. What you experience is the effect. Again, let me teach you something. They taught you backwards. So what they teach you when you come into the matrix is the effect precedes the cause. They tell you that what you see outside is what you get and you can't change it. They tell you you can't change stuff until you have to have the right connections. You can't change stuff because it is what it is. You just came here like that. Totally BS. BS. Everything is a mental universe. Mentally created physicality. Mentality, physicality, physical world. You change from inside to outside. See how that works? That's what they hide from you. Another thing they hide from you, or they don't focus on it too much, is the power of your tongue or spoken words. Science now have evidence and shown that when you speak out more than when you think, speaking out has more power to alter or change your DNA than thinking. Let me repeat that. Thoughts are important. Speaking out loud now is even more important. Let me repeat it. It's so important. People don't even get this. Your words are more powerful than your thoughts when it comes to changing your DNA. When you speak something out loud, it creates what's called a somatic field. It has resonance. It has energy. It's vibrations. It interacts with, in quantum physics, there's this field, like this, all this particle and stuff. They call it unified field. When your words go into that field, the field takes the words, scrambles them up, sends them back as languages to your subconscious. Your subconscious interprets the words you say and form your physical world. Yeah, you want me to show you evidence of that, proof of that? Okay. You do it to yourself all the time. How many times you say to yourself, I'm such a loser at this stuff. I'm just not good at that thing. That ain't working for me. This stuff doesn't work for me. What happens? Usually it doesn't work for you. So your words provide proof that what you think about it. And it's so subtle because when you were a kid, that's what they teach you. They don't teach you how powerful your words are. They don't tell you, you can create by just talking out loud to yourself. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. You got to talk out in a special way. You can't just talk and say, hey man, I'm so successful. You can't do it like that. That's the missing piece about this stuff. Someone said I just need a key phase. That's your key phase. When you talk out loud, you talk in jargon of questions. Questions. Why am I so great at this? Why am I the best at what I do? How can I make more money? How can I make more success? How can I have more success? How can I be more healthy? What would it look like to have that? Just like that, out loud, every day. People should be doing this all the time. So they keep that from you. That's not in your reality. Next thing that you have to understand to make to yourself this infinite version or connect what you want. This is one rule you have to know. What you see is not what you get. What you believe is what you get. I repeat that. What you see is not what you're going to get. It's what you believe. That's what you'll get. And let me tell you why. Number one, you, my friends, you can't see every single part of reality. 99% of your world is not in your frame of sight, touch, feeling, taste, hearing. You can't experience none of that. Only 1% of the reality is in your field of senses. So that means when you get up in the morning and you think your life sucks, and it looks like it sucks, you only see 1%. The other 99% potentiality is right there that you have no idea. You can turn it on and be the best version of yourself. It exists. As a matter of fact, it's not even, it isn't even far. It's right in you. It's among you. It's around you. But they're just scrambled up in fields of information. They don't tell you that. So that's why you get up every day and you live your life like you're doomed. It is what it is. I got no hope. I can't make it. I'm just gonna struggle. I just got dealt the bad cards. All of that is far from those are fake. That's not even true, man. Oh, someone asked me, how do you know this stuff? Quantum mechanics. Someone said, do you have proof? Quantum mechanics. Okay, so we want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. So how, in quantum theory, we now understand that there is no physicality to reality. It's all immaterial stuff made of energy. And from these energy, they're controlled by vibrations and frequency by our awareness. When our awareness goes out, remember I said you can't see everything, these invisible fields, your awareness goes out. So what you think about, what you say, it goes out and it forms what you see as physical reality. Okay? We got here, someone says, I'm proof I won 10K twice watching your videos. Yep, that's called the field effect. So I'm glad you brought it up. You say you want 10K watching. So let me show you about it. When you interact with like-minded people, or when you get information, it actually rubs off on you as well. It's called the collective subconscious. That's why it's important for you people to surround yourself with only people that can help you get towards your goal, because you're always feeding from the energy of information. They don't teach you that. They want to keep you separated by keeping you alone, by keeping you more in fear and panic, because then you can't focus on what you want. Someone asked me, who are they? They are what I call the matrix. Schooling, government, house structure, classes, race, religion, all of that stuff is all made up, man. That's who they are. This is real stuff you have to be aware of, man. Look, you have to know this, because if you don't know this, you're going to be lost. And I go back to someone who asked me, they say they spent 30 years not knowing this stuff and trying. So now you see, hopefully I shed some light on why the last 30 years haven't been going your ways, because probably most of the stuff you're experiencing is all jumbled up in your subconscious mind. The power to visualize. Every single human being has the power to see something. If you can't see it in your head, you can see it on a picture. So you all have that given ability. Every single human being has the ability to feel something. You can express yourself in different ways. That's how you change your reality. See how it works? So when you say, hey man, why did the universe help me if the universe is infinite? Again, the universe can't help you until you tell the universe what you want to help. And then here's another thing. If you don't do repetition, then this is not going to work. That's another thing they leave out of this. This isn't just about feeling positive and thinking positive. It's not going to work like that. This is about feeling positive, thinking positive, and repeating the process till it gets into your head. You know, it's like practice. If you want to be good at something, you practice it, because that's how your brain and body learns. Your brain and body learns by repetition, and it's no different when you're doing the mental gymnastics or creating your reality. You got to do the work. You got to do the mental internal work, right? Oh, okay, we got here. Greg says, I literally just hit what? $100 on a $3 ticket this morning. It happens all the time. Yes. Now, see, what you just said there, it happens all the time. That's a very powerful statement. You probably didn't realize what you're doing. Now you're living in the state of expectancy. See, when someone says, I'm just lucky all the time, it happens all the time. Remember what I just said to you? Your words of power. You program yourself. See how subtle it is, and you don't realize what you're doing. That's why you got to be aware and like, okay, man, how can I do this? Now I know this stuff. Now let me see how I can tune it to my own like special way to manifest. And then you start to tune it into your way, and then the world starts to shape. Again, I must repeat to you that what you see is not what you get, man. What you see is a tiny filament of the big picture. Now let me show you something more powerful. What you see in your head, in your mind, that's what you're going to get. But what you see in the physical, that's an effect that was created long ago. That's a cause. That's right. Inner conversation, but outward with your own voice, not with your own mind. Again, science now have evidence, and they've shown that when you speak out loud, the words have an effect on changing structural proteins of your DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid, that's DNA. DNA is the blueprint of your existence. Your words are more powerful than your thoughts when it comes to experiencing your reality. I speak out a lot. I've been doing this, speaking out for like 4 or 5 years already, all the time. I was been telling everyone about this 4 or 5 years ago. People used to look at me like I was off, but now people are waking up and they're like, "Damn, this guy wasn't off. This guy was actually doing the right thing." Because I've been doing it from a long time ago. And the reason why they put it, they judge you. They tell you, "Oh, you speak out loud. You're one of those crazy lunatic person." You're not. So, those are some things I would like to leave with you, so you can get your mind to think and to ponder on, and then you can start to see stuff for yourself. All right? So I will see you guys again next time.